other services here represented, my Lord, spiritual and temporal, our respected traditional rulers, my friends, my brothers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my colleague in the most challenging and most complex profession, police in Nigeria and police officers all over the world. Your Excellency, before I start, can I please beg for your indulgence for 1 minute, for all of us to stand for 1 minute silent in honor of all police officers who have sacrificed their life for keeping Nigeria more peaceful than it is today. For police officers who have died in the course of service and all other security agencies in ensuring that Nigeria is peaceful, may God grant their soul peace and harmony. Thank you very much. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to use this opportunity to welcome you to Delta State and to this very important occasion. I believe in government, every leader should have the opportunity to give to his people accountability of the stewardship of that leadership. And I believe we have started this in the Nigerian Police last year, and we want to continue with it this year for Nigerians to be able to assess what the police has done in view of the challenges and the security situations that we have been dealt with in this country. I want to say that we came in as a very challenging period in the history of Nigeria, where acts of terror and kidnapping and armed robbery is in the center stage. Nobody would have believed that any Nigerian will commit suicide or will allow himself to be chained on a machine or any car to go and kill others in the mosque or in the church. Because Nigerians are known to be people who love life, who love themselves so much. These are things we see in other countries of the world. But here it is today with us in reality. Which means we have to change our policies, we have to change our strategies as security officers to ensure that our people are protected and the country is safer than it is today. Your Excellencies, first of what we did, in view of the fact that we realized we have a very difficult and challenging task, is to ensure that our officers obey the law, because the enforcers of the law cannot be the breakers of the law. We, together with my management, took a decision that we must change the trend. There must be attitudinal change. The mannerism and behavioral pattern of our officers and men must change if police in Nigeria should change for the better. And one of the things we did was to create a code of conduct for all officers and men of the Nigerian Police, from the rank of police constable to that of the Inspector General of Police. You must be regulated by a code of conduct that this is what you can do and you cannot do while in uniform or off uniform. You must respect the right of individuals. You must respect the law as an enforcer of the law. We believe that we should be able to respect the right of every Nigerian and anybody who found himself in Nigeria. So in our vision and mission, which becomes very important for us, is to ensure that Nigeria has a well-trained, well-dedicated, and well-committed police force that will protect the people of Nigeria, that will protect Nigeria. We went ahead to ensure that training becomes very key, because no matter how competent a police officer is, and is not exposed to modern and scientific training in terms of policing, he cannot be able to discharge his responsibility and he cannot be a professional. We introduced trainings in all our institutions, and one of the things we did, I took the opportunity to go around the country for me to be able to see my officers and men and see the challenges and the problems they face every day. I appreciated the constables, the corporals, the sergeants, the rank and file, who in the day, in the night, in the rain, are there to protect each and every one of us while we are sleeping. And these are people who lose their life on daily basis, whether in Sokoto, in Delta, or in Kaduna, or in Lagos. I saw the conditions where they live, the barracks. Each and every one of you knows what barracks is. And you do know what police barracks looks like. And you do know some of the challenges we have in our training institutions. And one of the challenges we have in our training institution was brought to bear to the four lives of this country, where Mr. President, even himself, happened to notice that Police College Ikeja need attention of government, and Mr. President gave it that attention it desired and it needed. Today, Police College Ikeja, that has not been attended to for the last 40 years, is wearing a new look. We can train officers and men to become better police officers, because if you treat them well, they will treat Nigerians better and behave well anywhere you find them. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you have listened to the AIG intelligence. We believe that intelligence is a key in policy. You cannot achieve much without information and intelligence, whether in industrial transformation of a state or a country, or in crime management and policy. And that is why we went ahead to ensure that we introduce an intelligence institute in Shade, Kwara State, to train our officers and men so that we can be able to compete with the criminals who share information more scientifically than ourselves now. At the same time, we believe that housing is a key factor. Police officers are not well quartered in most states of this country. And our vision is to ensure that our officers and men have an opportunity to own their own house, whether they're in service or out of service. And in view of that, we're able to demonstrate that by commissioning 500 housing units, Goodluck Jonathan housing unit in Lagos, which was built under 8 months. And owners of these houses are happily into their houses. We have been able to build 80 in Abuja, and 120 is coming on board, and 700 is equally on the making. All this will be in Abuja. By the end of this year, God willing, we'll have built 2,250 houses for our own police officers and men to be able to use. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you are aware of the fact that the police has always been on the general pension. And you have seen whereby one single individual, in partnership with others, stole over 300 billion police pension. Till today, that money has not been recovered and returned to the police. And that is why sometimes we have so many people who have not been paid their pension. As a management, we approached Mr. President for the Nigerian Police to have its own pension board, and Mr. President has given us approval for the Nigerian Police to administer and operate its own pension board for officers and men of the Nigerian Police. That translates to the fact that you live today, you take your money, and you go home, and you pay it in your state. At the same time, when we came on board, we realized the Nigerian Police do not have any mortgage bank that will assist our officers and men and their wives and their family to be able to live a living that is worthy. So we went ahead to set up a mortgage bank for the Nigerian Police. We have already paid 5 billion to Central Bank, and we have been licensed to operate